Somebody forgot to turn their phone down again, Tyler. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Skottie Talk with Tyler and Dustin.
Hello.
Our ceremonious episode 25. You know, a lot of the doubters didn't think we could make it past 10, Tyler, and look at us. Here we are sitting at 25.
I think the only doubters were us, but
Yep. As we said before, us and our wives are the only ones that have ever doubted us, and we've defied all four of us. So,
exactly.
How are you doing tonight, Tyler? How's it going?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Oh, doing really well. What? Oh, he's waving. Okay.
Yeah. Get a little emote there from Corey and Dre. Hello, Governor.
Dre's with us as well.
Okay, I got a Pirates reference there. Already getting into Disney. It's not even been a minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah, shut her down, folks. All right, I'm gonna take a real quick screenshot so we can let everybody know in the group that we are live, and a picture of me looking down at my phone and Dre saying something I'm not sure what it means. This is right on par for how we like to start a show off.
But to say I need to roll my eyes in the back of my head as I get stuff prepared up above in case I need to search.
Hey, we have become experts at how to bring them in.
This is what people come for. So,
yep, son of a gutless monkey. We are almost here. Okay, bear with us, folks. Yeah, there's 4 people watching this nonsense happen, and we love each and every one of you.
We got all the emotes tonight. Seth coming in with the lit emoji, Dustin's favorite.
It's classic. It's classic. I think we're going to have our Skottie Talk shirts made up, and it's just going to be lit in all those colors. And if you know, you know.
I like that.
All right. I posted a little thing for the group, so anybody that doesn't know,
perfect.
We're on now. So hey, we're back. Hey, Tyler, how's it going, bud?
It's going good. Yourself?
Oh, it's going good. We talked about how short this show would be tonight, but we didn't realize our intro was going to be 3 minutes of us fumbling around. So
exactly,
we're right about it. So Seth, hopefully everything's going well with him. Yeah, if you all do not follow Brett Bean, follow him and check out his sketches that he posted today. Seth had made sure and notice the Superman, and
like you said, as soon as I saw that Superman, Seth was the first person I thought of. So I was like, man, another Superman. So
exactly, you can never have too many Superman for your collection.
Exactly,
that's our motto at Skottie Talk.
Yep.
All right, before we get started, let's reflect. Play the music,
shall we?
Chart time with Dustin. All right, this is our 25th episode. As we've said here about 5 times too many. 1,987 minutes, which was also a great year for anyone that remembers. But
5 years before I was born. There you go. Feel old.
6 years after I was born. So, yeah, so right in between our birth points, 1987. 24 episodes deep. We have talked for 33.12 hours. That means if we started talking, we would talk a full day and then into the next day, Tyler, about just all kinds of fun stuff here. But 66 subscribers. We hit 1,000 views because YouTube finally updated that. We were hung on 950 for a while.
Hey.
But, man, if you'd have told us going into 25 episodes that we'd have 1,000 views, I would say no way. That means that we are watching it every day as many times as we can.
Well, like you said, I mean, even getting to 25 episodes was in doubt. So, the fact, we get the views and subscribers, and the fact that 33 hours, that's a lot. That's a lot of talking. It's a lot of views for all that talking. So, I know I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate each and every one of those 1,079 views, whether it's someone that watches us for 2 seconds or 2 hours. Thank you all very much for not just watching us, but for hanging out with us and making this one of the coolest treehouse hangouts that you could ask for me and Tyler. So
I like that. Yeah, treehouse hangout. Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. So it's one of those straight shows. Let's not mention that. Well,
we don't track any of that stuff.
Well, the better question is, which one of these is Megan's show? So
exactly.
That would be the one that's way up there, the peak. So,
yeah.
But let's notice this nice red line, because if I don't point out what the chart line is, this is a trend line, and hey, man, we are on a rocket. We are taking off. I like to think Megan's numbers helped boost that line up, but averaging 40.
We did, yeah.
So if you discount that 161, the trend line is probably more level, but we're not going to. We're hanging on to it with a death
Exactly.
grip.
This is our show, and we can display the chart whichever way we want. So
that's exactly right. Can you imagine what this thing's going to look like when we get to 100? If we get to 100,
I can't. Crazy. I guess we'll have to see when we reach that point. So
let's just hope it doesn't look like Tesla stock this week and bottom out whenever.
Exactly.
We'll hope for good stuff here. Yeah, we're hoping for good stuff. And we're not ones to talk about the stock market because we don't really care about that stuff. We just care about Skottie. We're looking at better investments here. And what better investments than you can have? How's that for a segue? Is that a good segue?
Exactly. That's a good segue. Yeah, it was smooth.
All right. That was completely accidental. Is original art. And I didn't realize it'd been almost 9 months since we had our last original art drop.
Yeah. Yeah,
February 25th.
When I was checking out the slides and I saw that, I was like, wow, has it really been that long? Like I knew it had been quite a bit of time, but I didn't realize, like you said, that it was almost a year pretty much since the last one, which makes, again, all the more reason why that stuff, it's such a big event, of epic proportions as you've put it, just because, yeah, I mean, it's so far in between the times we get original Skottie artwork. So for for buying, that is, not for viewing, we can view it whenever we want on Instagram and Substack, but to be able to purchase and have that physical piece is far between. So
yeah, and it was really wild because the last one we had was like the week or two before Heroes 2024. And I remembered I had said I was on a buying freeze until Heroes. And then like the daily strips, the Stupid Fresh Mess daily strips came out. And it's like,
yep.
On it. My buying freeze ended quickly. But yeah, there was some cool stuff in that drop. But I dare to say it paled in comparison to the drop that we had on February 25th. I don't think either of us or anybody's ever seen a Skottie drop quite as large as that one with the quality of the pieces that were being released.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, it was there was a lot of great art. I mean, so many great covers, and the crazy thing is that it wasn't all of them, as it normally isn't. There are pieces that are held back for whichever reason is up to Skottie and Megan and how they run things. But the fact that we got what we got, and then there's still even more to come, potentially eventually, kind of a deal. So, and like you said, I mean, there was, I know we bring it up before, but again, like the quality of them, the full on backgrounds, I mean, full-fledged pieces that not a speck of blank anywhere in sight. So
yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Catch rewind. Just finished unloading the gear. Hey, have a great show, Becker. Really looking forward. For everybody that doesn't know, Mike Becker will be on our show next week to discuss Planet Con. So really looking forward to that. Hope you have a great show. And if you happen to pick up the Doug Mankey piece of Batman with a guitar for 4C, please shoot me a shot of it because that's mine. That's my commission. So really looking forward to seeing that one. So have a great time, Becker.
Dustin's always got those hookups for the commissions at cons he can't attend. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. This one's been a while in the making, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what Doug has did on that. But like you were saying, this drop had some pieces that we're still wondering the 27, the big Marvel 27 piece cover, if that one's going to go up or if that one's going to stay in the personal collection of Skottie.
Yeah,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was just going to mention that one. Yep.
Yeah, all those, the Spider-Punk. I'm assuming for now all those are in the vault at Stupid Fresh Mess, and there's been other. This is just like the cream of the crop, but there's a lot of cream in the crop. Anyway, I was going somewhere, then I lost it.
A lot of cream, a lot of crop.
The cream of the crop. All right, so 2 of the pieces.
Well, and I was gonna say, yeah, we didn't even anything that's a real cover.
Yeah, I think it is, Seth. I can't swear that, but I think that is. But that's why I thought there'd be 27 different covers for sale. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I would assume there'd be 27 because then the one with all of them on it, that's the not 28th, but that's technically like the 28th one, right? The 27 is all the individual characters.
Right. And there's some pieces, some characters that overlap each other in the compilation. So, and then you see a better design of them individually. So I don't know. And whenever we actually got to see the black and white covers, the was 1 in 50 covers of those that were just the black and white versions, I assumed that was the inks for them, like pretty close to what the inks looked like. So
Yeah.
good question.
I think Seth's talking about that compilation one, but that one I would agree. I'd assume would be done digitally to put them all together. But
well, the other thing too, where Skottie does all of his stuff digitally, and then he prints out the blue lines and does that. There's a very good chance that he could have did them all singles and printed them out and inked them, and then compiled them all digitally, then printed that out, and then inked that together as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, an interesting one, yeah, to view for sure, or to get confirmation on of how, yeah, especially something like that where they fit together so perfectly for the poster and for that comic as well. So,
all right. But as we transition over to the two covers we have on screen right now, we have the Absolute Batman #1,
yes,
and the Absolute Superman #1, which I believe this was Seth's favorite. The one on the right, the Superman was his favorite of the trio that came out. The Trinity.
I mean, it's a big, yeah. I mean, it's a big drop right there alone. As is the first official DC original art pieces up for sale. Of course, the first Batman one is clearly being held on to for the time being, but we got all the Absolute covers, and yeah, I mean these were great. I mean, definitely big ones, and as we saw, and like you said, the Superman one sold. One Seth was eyeballing. Batman was great. Getting the cry emoji in there.
And I think Seth bought it, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I heard. So, yeah, that one was, the Superman one was really great. The Batman, and you were quick to point out, Tyler, when we first saw these, I think on the show, was the little animal sidekicks that each of them had.
Yeah.
And part of me wonders if that's why, the Wonder Woman, both of them are good. This is an unused cover on the right, and the actual used cover for Absolute Wonder Woman #1 on the left. And you don't have any creature accompanying Wonder Woman on the right. So
yeah, you don't have any creature, and I wonder too, like if they wanted him to play up, the humor and silliness of it, because again, there's such a cool action pose with Wonder Woman on the right, whereas the left is, she's just standing there, got the animal companion with her, and obviously the speech bubbles that are humorous.
Yeah, and just a comparison going back and forth between the three, where they're all kind of stationary, and like you said, the speech bubbles just really added to the humor for that cover. So yeah, these were both fantastic as well. And then of course the two Bad Butt Women that we have, as we I know Tyler was going to love my censor, but yeah,
there's some bad mother fluffers, that's for sure. So
thank you, Tyler. I tried to find, because I remember back in one of the Substack newsletters that Skottie had mentioned covering up one of his tattoos with the Tank Girl tattoo, and he's like, I'll show more progress as it goes on, and I couldn't find that one, but we know that one of Skottie's big loves is Tank Girl, so this was another big drop from King Tank Girl. And of course, Erica Slaughter for Something Is Killing the Children, which was based upon a daily sketch that was quite popular there. That's on the right, the smaller version.
Yep.
And this was a full-blown 11x17 Erica Slaughter. So both of these are really good drops, and they didn't sell during the sale, but I'm assuming with as many shows as Skottie and them are hitting this year, and I say many, 3 or 4, they might pop up there or elsewhere. So these were both really cool.
Yeah, no, it's always not a toss up, but like you said, what they'll do with them, whether they bring him to the show, which I would assume they would, or even if they just hold on to him. Again, you can always reach out. I mean, that's the cool thing about this stuff, is that's how I acquired my first original art piece. The Fortnite loading screen was on sale. It took it off the website. I reached out just asking if they still had it, and thankfully they did, and I was able to acquire it from them. So if anything, I kind of like when the pieces don't sell, because then it truly gives me time to actually like think. Yeah. Unlike when they just get up and they're just gone, just like that. So
yeah, because really the ones that sold from the drop, I mean, it was within like the first 10 minutes that, I mean, there was, I think, 8 or 9 of them that sold really quickly.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much room for hesitation in any of those. So
no, and there never is, again, like we've talked about, with original art, it comes up less often than people would like. So when those drops happen, and like you said, the build up and the momentum, even though, like you said, I forgot about this one leading up to Heroes, that's where my focus was, especially after MegaCon, but they dropped all these, and I knew I was just going to be a bystander, a window shopper, if you will. But yeah, always crazy to see how quickly that stuff goes, how quick the refreshes are in the credit card purchases.
yeah, really fast. Oh, and this is two excellent. There were 4 total Spider-Man drops during the art drop, and Spider-Man #1 there on the left was the one that sold, and it was great. This is the one that, if I'm not mistaken, the John Romita Jr.
It is, yeah.
So.
That was the homage to that one, which it was just funny. I was just thinking that the fact that cover is all rain, and so again, that interesting difference of seeing the inks versus the final colored piece and everything. But yeah, it's such a great John Romita Jr. cover, and I love the fact that he did his homage and his style, and it was one of my more favorite of the recent Spider-Man covers. So
yep, and I think the key that you hit on there, he did it in his own style. There was no tracing. There was all. This is a completely. We had a discussion beforehand about this. So, yeah, it's completely Skottie style.
Not calling out anybody specifically.
Yeah, I digress. And the other 2 Spider-Man, which was really cool, Skottie's first Spider-Boy cover there on the left. And I tell you, of all the 4 Spider-Man covers that were released, make sure we get Dre's comment in there. Yep. I don't want to forget him. The Spider-Man Reign Volume 2, Issue 1 on the right. I love that cover. I love that cover.
Yeah, it's such a great. There's just something about him with the walker and then the beard just coming out of the mask somehow. That was such a great cover. I'm really surprised, especially with Spider-Boy. I've not read any of Spider-Boy, but I know that there's a really big appeal there for people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised to see that this one didn't sell. Again, just because I think the uniqueness of having an upside down piece, the kind of Miles Morales Spider-Verse look, if you will. But yeah, no, that Spider-Man Reigns one was a great cover as well. So
yeah, the Spider-Boy, and the one thing that really drew my eyes was, I mean, obviously it's upside down, it's forced kind of for you to see it like that. But there was when Skottie released his journal, his art journal, a few days ago, whenever that was, one of the pages had referenced about, why can't I draw buildings, or why can't you draw buildings right, or something.
Yeah.
But I'm really thankful that this is the way Skottie draws his buildings, because it's so unique. And like, you could pick Skottie's drawing of a building out probably faster than anybody else's drawing. Like if a number of Marvel artists drew buildings that Spider-Boy was in front of, they would all look like buildings.
Yeah.
And Skottie's looks like Skottie buildings. Like, you can pinpoint them out and they look really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like almost like a Dr. Seuss kind of, it's just the essence of the building itself. You don't need, all of it in detail, but just those sections of bricks, or even, it's like you said, I like how he does buildings, it fits his style, and it fits perfectly well. So
I'll go on the ledge here and say, I bet he could draw buildings in their style better than they could draw buildings in his style. Hot take.
Well, that sounds like a challenge. So
hot take. Yeah.
on behalf of Skottie, we're throwing out a challenge.
Throwing the gauntlet down. Hey, I couldn't draw any building, so I'm not gonna jump on the ledge and go too far out. So
I model mine in 3D, so I'm not 2D, but I can 3D do it. So
hey, you're way advanced ahead of me, Tyler. So I'll give you all the credit for that. All right.
Again, this is a call out to whomever bought this piece. I'm next in line. I'm in the will. Whoever has this, I'd like this handed down to me, please. It's one of those ones too, and it's funny because I'm sure Skottie's dislike of Iron Man for sure, made it easy to part with this one. Like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna hold on to that one. I don't need to keep this one. Let's make let's make a sale on it. Get it out. That's fine.
And
it's such a great one, and again, one that sold quickly. One I wasn't surprised about. Selling quickly. So.
And we'll talk about this cover later on in the show too. Spoiler alert, but this cover will come back up again later in the show, and at least one person watching should know why.
Yep, they know who they are.
the other cover there, which was the Deadpool Wolverine cover, was so reminiscent of the June 2024 Heroes charity cover that he sold. There was a huge bidding war on the one on the right, the color one, obviously. So I knew this one would sell really quickly, and lo and behold, it sold.
Yeah, I was gonna say you. I was gonna say you had brought it up a few times. Yeah, the fact that had that connection to the Heroes piece that sold so well, and obviously there's a big size difference between these two that you can't really tell in this photo alone. But yeah, it's no surprise, especially with the movie recently coming out, that this one was one of the ones that sold out. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would even gesture to say that. I mean, this thing is the one you can see Skottie. I believe that's Skottie holding it there on the right. So, I mean, if this is a 11 by 17, then that one was at least like 22 by 17, or maybe even larger.
I was gonna say, I would think 30 by something. It was like almost so.
Yeah, it was on a huge art piece of paper. So yeah. All right, and this was another one that I believe Seth liked too. The one on the left from Ain't No Grave issue 2, and I believe the one on the right is issue 5, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. So, and of course the one with Death full body in it, which was really cool, sold, and that was they're both really cool. I love Ryder running there, but yeah, the image where Death's beckoning her to hop in the grave and he pulls the gun.
Yeah, her just holding the gun, and again, her fantastic hair, big floof of hair she's got there. Yeah, it was, like you said, both great pieces, and definitely one of the ones I would have picked up. That left one I would have fought for Seth for, but these were a blast. I'm so glad again that he did these for Ain't No Grave. So,
amen to that. That's another one. The Ain't No Grave 1, 3, and 4 covers did.
Oh yeah, especially his the non-baby first one, that we got. That one I could see him wanting to hold on to. Again, because it wasn't a baby cover, he clearly had a passion, or like the want to make that specific kind of cover. So that'd be one I'd be interested in seeing. Yeah, if ever it shows up later at a convention, or if that's in the personal collection for now. So
yeah, and I think the other one, I mean, not just Ain't No Grave, but Twig. I don't know that I've ever seen his covers for Twig go up for sale either.
Yeah,
so they may be other ones.
Yeah, I'm the Skottie owned stuff makes sense. Like that'd be the easiest stuff I feel like to hold on to, is the stuff that you created and did everything for, rather than working off the IP of something like Iron Man or whatever have you, some other Marvel projects. So
well, the ones that are missing are number 1, which you said, we've talked about that one before. It was in the bracket challenge, but then I think number 3 with the poker table, and number 4 with the rain cloud. So those are all really great covers too. So I like number 4 a lot. But
interesting. Yeah, that he held off on those, and maybe just did these two, or they did these two, just to start off with, and see, go from there, kind of a deal. So,
but we shall see on the next drop if there's any more of those pop up.
Yeah, hopefully it's not 9 months from now, but we'll have to see.
I don't know. We may need 9 months to save up.
I need way more than 9 months to save up for the covers that I want.
Well, so this one too, the Wolverine Donald Duck. I love that one. That one was one of my favorites from the drop too.
It's a great one, but having it up there with the Scrooge, man, if I could have gotten that Scrooge again, I watched DuckTales, somewhat growing up, but it wasn't like I was like crazy attached. But the reboot really sucked me in. It was just such a great show. It was so cool getting to meet Derek Hunter at MegaCon next to Brett Bean's booth, who worked on the show. I got him to sign my art book. So When Skottie announced this one, I was like, oh, that's so great. I love that. I love him just standing on the pile of money and exactly. Yeah, how much they sell him? Yeah, how much they paying for kidneys these days?
We'll have to do some research and get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
So, I think we're in the wrong country. But I keep thinking every time that he releases a new one of these Disney covers, I keep thinking, oh, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. But the one we're going to look at, the one we're going to look at here in a few minutes is my new favorite one.
I was going to say, I was going to say we could just go ahead and put that down for an idea for a show, just like we did, or the Deaths of Spider-Man. We can do the Disney covers because I totally agree. Every time, he came out with the Donald Duck Wolverine, and I thought that was perfect. It's so fitting for Donald, who gets angry all the time, and seeing him with mutton chops was hilarious. But Human Torch, Goofy. The new one we're going to be talking about, or even the newer one that's coming out with Donald is a certain character that I love so much. There's so many great ones that I'd love to to go over, and our crowd is literally begging for it. They really want to hear more Disney talk. So
you give them what they want. I mean, it's what they pay for, worth the price of admission. All Disney all the time. Yeah, we can rank them, and we can do the same thing we did with the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man and rank them for the ones we like the best and the ones that we dislike. And sponsored not by Disney. Yeah, we probably need to keep that going. And toggle back and forth.
We're making no money whatsoever from the mouse.
Yeah,
so
not sponsored. Actually, we're probably going to get a cease and desist letter here pretty soon to not.
That's why I took that down. I was like, I don't want Disney or anything written anywhere. Like, that's
No. We're not affiliated with Disney. We're not affiliated with Stupid Fresh Mess.
Exactly.
We're not affiliated with Marvel.
The list continues to grow. Yeah. I will say I don't also want to leave out Howard the Duck though too. Again, it's a simple cover, but Howard the Duck is such a fun character, and again to see him like a spy, a sleuth, with his coat and his hat and everything, it's a fun one. So I'm glad to see ones like that sell, and obviously it's easier when it's a little bit more in the price range for everyone. So Powerline Dazzler cover, man, goodness.
I'm going to do it. Powerline Dazzler.
That'd be pretty great. I would love to see a Powerline cover. We were actually just talking about, not to get into a sidetrack with Disney, but a Goofy movie is getting a documentary. So
releasing in April on Disney Plus.
Yep.
I was trying not to do it, Tyler. I'm glad you stepped up and.
I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him with it. I'm gonna hit him with the Disney. So
whether you want it or not.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Seth is asking for it. He's talking about Powerline and over here. So.
Yeah, but Seth is trying to sabotage us after the what we're about to talk about here in a minute. So
exactly,
I don't think he's for us, Tyler. I think he's against us. But yeah, the Howard the Duck. I did not want to downplay it, but yes, a very cool cover.
Yeah.
And then let's get into the X-Men covers for the next 2 slides here. This one was really cool.
Yeah.
Dre knows what we're talking about. He knows about the documentary. So
exactly. Yeah.
So this one was cool. I wanted to show the perspective of them together, and then the singular shots of the covers. And something funny happened with this cover set. I don't know. I remember me and you talking about. I think Seth was in the group that we're talking about. But these sold and then they unsold. So I'm not sure what happened with them. But this was.
And that was the same with another one that we saw. Right, there was one. I think there was another one that sold and then unsold, or wasn't it Iron Man or one of the other ones. Yeah.
Let's go back. We go backwards on our show. We're not.
Yeah. We got to have that time up.
This one sold. The one on the right sold and then unsold, I believe.
Okay.
I think that was the other one that remained unsold. But I think the rest of them, other than Iron Man, sold, unsold, and sold back. So. Oh, we just lost another viewer. Awesome.
Because we went backwards. You got to go forward to gain a viewer. Yeah.
Got to go forward to go backwards. This one was really cool. It connected together, and it was one that if you bought one, you almost had to buy the other one. But
which I did.
I guess you could have them by themselves, but
you mean the original art? Oh, no, just the comics. Yeah, is what I meant.
The comics too. You almost have to have them together.
It is interesting. I'd be curious. If they ever obviously you're going to get more bang for your buck selling them individually and then trying to get somebody to go in. But, I'm always curious with this, if it, does to see it sold together, since they are kind of, a crossover issue, if you will, with the covers. So, yeah. Because like you said, they obviously they work on their own. I'd be happy to get Cyclops, but yeah, to have both Jean and Cyclops together would be great. So
Yes, yeah, they would look really, really good framed together. Be about like that Fortnite cover that you got that we got to see.
I was just thinking about it in my head. I was like, it'd literally be the same size that 22 by 17. So
yeah, I can't wait to see that one framed. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I just keep forgetting to look at because that's my thing is I just need to look at them, which I did get the frame site that Megan uses, which I didn't realize that she buys. She said most of her frames from. So I needed to take a second look at them and to see, but I want to get it right. I want the UV protected glass and a good mat and all that stuff. But
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. For one, that's the quality of that piece. Yeah, you want to make sure you do it right. So I don't blame you one bit, Tyler.
Yeah, something that big, and I know it's going to be a costly frame, but it'll be worth it 100% to get that one up. So
I agree. Oops. Yep. Share that link later. Yes, we will share it to the Skottie chat or Skottie Talk chat.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Yeah, I think I had to like write it down or something. Yeah, it's good. I'll have to try and look at that one while we're discussing stuff here.
All right, sounds good. And this was the X-Men hit that was like hit the jackpot. All three of them sold, and they were all great. The middle one, obviously, I think we've talked about this one before.
Yeah,
it was up. I believe it was up for Cody cover of the year. It was great. It sold really quickly. The Dark X-Men #3, which is on the far right, sold pretty quickly. And then the X-Men #1, which is Stegman's new, where he's doing the art for X-Men and kind of reimagine what the X-Men look like. It sold really quickly as well. So rolled Snake Eyes on these. Did really well.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, it's one of those. Yeah, I mean, it's such great covers. Like you said, obviously the one in the middle, the homage cover. I mean, again, like I said, just look at the like you can tell again it was a passion cover, like just the detail and going all in, even doing the tiny faces in the top left there. Like it's not something he was just gonna kind of half butt do it. He was gonna put his whole butt into it, if you will. So no, I mean that one's such a great one, and kudos to whoever has that one in their collection. That's such an awesome piece. I imagine, especially being an 11 by 17 size, and that one, there's no way we don't get an unoriginal print of that at some point.
Absolutely
I feel like
not. Yes, that has to happen.
But yeah, I mean the other ones are hilarious. Again, the gags of the little demons on the right cover, like you said, and then just how fun the left one feels. Upside down beast and it's always fun that like side running, that cartoon kind of gag cover he likes doing where the characters are running and Magneto in his chair just like floating. I can't remember what the speech bubbles are. There's something really funny that he put on.
I should have pulled him up to go beside him, but yeah, Juggernaut, all that magic. There's some really great characters running there as well. So it's not just a running left to right cover. It's also got some really good strong characters in it. So congratulations, whoever got that one.
Yeah, seriously, it's one of those things where like you said, I'd love to see more people share these pieces that they get on the Facebook group. We see a lot of the comic, comics that people pick up, but not as much original art, I feel like, which again, I totally understand, it's not something that everybody is able to do. And, I'm lucky if I get to add another piece to the collection, but I love being able to see, people who picked that up and who was able to get it, or if there's a story behind it, like you said, with my Fortnite or something like that. So
yeah. I mean, it's fun to hear. Yeah, this cover connects to me because of fill in the blank, whatever it may be, and everybody can kind of because in our group it's very positive, very supportive of each other. So whenever one person gets a kind of something they've marked off their grow list, it's fun for everybody. We all enjoy seeing that. So yeah, I wish that would happen as well. All right, we had return of the Mac, return of the daily sketches. We talked a little bit about this last week with these three. This is the flashback portion of the episode where most people skip. Not me. I like to know what happened last week. But this week's episode, Oscar the Grouch. Skottie did an awesome newsletter this week with the additional characters that he hadn't shared. Plus, he revamped Oscar, and I had to put these side by side to see all the changes that were made. And it's quite a bit. I mean, the background, there's quite a bit of changes to it, but the spirit of Oscar, remains strong.
I like it. I like it's one of those ones where it's funny because I actually prefer without as much of the background, because really drawing attention to Oscar there in the trash can and in the trash and garbage and everything underneath it. Again, I'm just super glad to see daily sketches continue to kind of pop back in every now and then. Again, I like it. It's like, hey, I'm not feeling it right now. It's just not doing for me. And then it's like, psych, just kidding. I was really, feeling Sesame Street and wanted to do those and everything. So, yeah, I was really happy to see these there. So,
I really don't. I can't answer that. I'm not really sure, Dre, because I've thought about that a little bit, and especially because granted, whenever the store first started back in 2020, some of the pieces that went up for sale, or late 2019. Sorry, I said the wrong year. When it started, I mean, the pieces that were going up as daily sketches were $250 a piece, and they were selling out before you could even blink. Like Tyler had said before, you go to hit refresh on your screen and they're all sold out. So I mean, the market for these, the demand outweighs the supply by quite a bit, quite exponentially amount. So I would think that these would be closer in price to what the last daily sketches were, which were all somewhere between the 800 to 1500 price range. But that's just me guessing. And I think even if these were in that range, they would probably still sell out just as quickly as those first pieces sold out that were priced
especially, because I mean, especially looking at something like this. I mean, again, this is almost cover territory. I feel like this could be a Sesame Street comic cover, if you would. The one on the right feels messier, feels looser, feels more sketchy of his style, like compared at least to the Oscar one that feels more fleshed out, or even without the background, just feels a little bit more refined, if you will. But yeah, and also I think the thing too is because I mean, even getting more daily sketches, I'm sure it'll be still a good few months, if not toward the end of the year, probably early next year, if we were to get another drop of these. Just because again, he's not been as consistent with them. It's just been kind of more when he's feeling them, and he only has so many saved up, if you will, so far.
Yeah,
so
thanks. And I'm glad Dre asked that question. That's a very fair question. I'll put it back up there in case someone is jumping on there. It's a very fair question. And as collectors, it's one we all think about. We all we all have certain budgets that we have to maintain, and it's all in our mind. And we also have to take into account, the artist and the value of their work. And it doesn't help whenever, we talked about this during our last art show, where there's a YouTube video of some collectors that went and bought 4 or 5 pieces from Skottie's portfolio at Heroes, and then those pieces were put up for like $4,000 or $2,000. I mean, some ridiculous amount. Within 6 months of them purchasing them for Heroes, which, granted, that's their right to do that. We're not saying don't do that, but
they're allowed to. Yeah.
But at the same time, if artists see that other people are just buying their stuff to sell, and they get they're leaving money on the table, and they have families to feed, and they know what their art's worth. So I think it'll still be fairly priced, but I think it will be closer to what the last daily sketch art drop was, more so than the beginning, just because that's what the market is demanding right now.
No, for sure. I mean, it's one of those interesting things too, that I don't think that stuff ever really goes down, if you will. I mean, and not to say that they can't, but it's just, again, like you said, if you set a precedent for doing something and then you raise it, and then you set that precedent again and you it's a continuous kind of deal. Not to say again that, and like we've talked about before, countless times with Skottie and Stupid Fresh Mess and stuff. Again, they don't do that stuff because they want to take as much money as possible from people. Again, out of all the artists I've seen, it's he's put out stuff, that's way more reasonable than it needs to be, or just because again it's doing things because they want fans to be able to enjoy his artwork and to be able to have a piece of it, if you will, or whatever it is. And again, art is subjective. It'll always be such a tough gray area to discuss because again, people will have opinions, and some of those will be strong, and some of those will be different than even Skottie or whoever even we say per whatever it is. But yeah, it's one of those things where I just kind of take that stuff in stride, and it's easier for me because I don't buy from many artists. There's only less than 5 artists that I buy original art from, so it's easier for me to consolidate and be able to focus on them. But I totally get if you're into a whole bunch of artists, and again, things rise, and yeah, just gotta kind of balance and go from there. So.
And one of the really cool things, if you have Skottie's art and people are willing to pay more for it, you're, as we go back to the investment portion of it. I mean, rising tide raises all boats. So hey, we've all got great assets that we're holding on to, and we're just really fortunate that it happens to be assets that we love looking at hanging on our walls, and not just sitting in our portfolio somewhere in our 401ks or whatever you may say.
Hey, there's no need to call me out because mine are sitting in my portfolio, but they will be
different portfolios, stock portfolios. Yeah, so
money portfolio, got it.
Yeah. As soon as I said portfolio, I was like, "Crap, this is gonna not."
I was like, "Are you calling me out here?"
Yeah, well, you know it. But I digress. Once again, the other additions, Bert and Ernie, which was such a great story that Skottie put about his father and the colors that he used for Bozo the Clown. Make sure, and I say this before and I'll say it again. If you have not signed up for Stupid Fresh Mess's Substack newsletter, you're really shorting yourself, because there's really great insight from Skottie, and Megan puts good drops up there for information about the Skottie shop. But Skottie told a really, really cool story about his dad and using, doing the Bozo the Clown on his wall, and using those same 3 or 4 colors to make Bert and Ernie. And he showed a picture. That was really.
Honestly, I didn't even think about. Yeah, we should have included that photo, because it was such a great story, like you said. And yeah, the Substack is so worth it. So
I had thought about including those pictures, and I thought I really want to push people towards the newsletter, so they can go sign up for it. So
make them go. No, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually, I actually thought about that, and I wanted to hold that one back because that one was kind of a personal thing. So, and the Martians on the left hand side, as Skottie said, he Skottified everything, but these guys are pretty weird as is. So there wasn't a whole lot he could do different with them, but he still made them his own.
Yeah, no, it's such a blast. I mean, Sesame Street means so much to so many people. And even for myself, I remember it being a part of my childhood, and the certain characters that I latched on to, like Count. I loved seeing his Count, Cookie Monster. Those are my two of my favorites. Yeah, Count. Yeah, the speech bubble, and he just nailed that again. That characterization in his style.
And Snuffleupagus, that was the acid trip known as Snuffleupagus.
I know, yeah, because again, it's so it's funny. I finally watched the Saturday Night movie, the one based on the.
I haven't watched that yet.
First night of Saturday Night Live, and Jim Henson was in there, with his puppets and stuff, and it was so funny. And again, over exaggeration. It's not necessarily the first night. It's a whole thing, but it was very fun. I really liked it. I really liked seeing Jim Henson in it with his Muppets and stuff, and again, just think about just one guy had an idea, an interest in puppets, and bringing it to everybody, not just kids but adults, and bringing excuse me, people together and stuff, and to see what it turned into, and then to see people like Brett Bean get to then make puppets however many years later with his concepts on the wall, and it's just so cool that we're still, and now Skottie is drawing it in his style, and just that stuff that will just kind of live on forever. So
Yeah, and he said he had hinted in that if everybody reads that Substack that there could be a Muppets line coming out next of daily sketches. So really looking forward to that too.
Yes.
And we've seen Kermit, we've seen Fozzie.
Yeah.
There's been different ones. The Swedish Chef, but just seeing a series of them like this would be really nice.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, there's Cookie Monsters last week. I was like,
yeah. We kind of quickly went by to get to Oscar, but yeah,
okay.
Cookie Monster and Big Bird there.
I don't know if you saw the look of disappointment in my eyes whenever I didn't see Cookie Monster. Love Cookie Monster. All right. Without further ado, the Skottie cover March Madness bracket update. Had some really, really fun matchups this week. This one wasn't as fun. I'm sorry, Will, but Gerard had Transformers has been a runner-up in this challenge before, so there was no surprise that it pretty easily won this matchup, 45-21.
Yeah.
Now this was the matchup that Dre was sweating bullets, I'm sure. I was biting my nails. I told Tyler I was like in between a gas station and a Chinese restaurant, and I was refreshing. And Skottie had picked the Something Is Killing the Children cover. Dre had requested that cover, but Skottie had already taken it off the board. So Dre, as his second pick, took Edge of Spider-Verse 2024, number 1. And it ended up winning by one vote.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Unfortunately, we're getting to the point there. Coming up.
Keep on pushing on there. Well, hold on a second. We'll get back to this in a second. Before Seth leaves, gotta go, Phil. Okay, that's why. No good. Good or never.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I see now. I see. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back now. Let's take our time on this.
He's just yanking our chain, yeah.
Yeah. Let's let it settle a little bit. So yeah, Skottie barely lost, but I mean, come on, these are both great covers by Skottie. So if you got to lose, you might as well lose to a cover you drew, which is something no one else in this competition can say.
Exactly.
Now Skottie is now 0 for 2 in our competition. He has yet to win a matchup in our competition.
Yeah. Which I think eventually could come back to bite us, in the rear. That's not a good look. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Yeah, he may not be back next year if this. So let's hope this doesn't deter him too much, because it was a really fun matchup. So
yeah,
maybe I kind of half expected Dre to switch his vote from Edge of Spider-Verse to the Erica Slaughter cover just for.
Yeah, I'd at least want to be on Skottie's good side, but I'm sure Skottie appreciates the truth, the honesty there. So, and like you said, at the end of the day, they're both his covers. So
Will showed who'd you pay to vote. It was funny because I told everybody in our group that I use the clocktab.com, which is the world time. And at 7 o'clock, I may not type in the message until a few seconds after 7, but at 7 o'clock, whatever the vote is, I stop the vote. So Dre had posted, someone stop the clock, like really in all capital letters, right when it's 7 o'clock hit, or stop the vote, because he knew he was only one vote ahead. So, oh man, I can't.
I was gonna say, yeah.
The button tonight. Hey, welcome, Cheese and Comics. Hey, Dave. Glad you could join us here. We just talked about a little bit about original art and the fun art drop that happened.
I was going to say fitting with the thumbnail with Count there at his picture. So
yes, yeah. We talked about the return of the daily sketches, and I'll go back there real quick just so you can see what Tyler's referencing there, the count that Skottie did for a daily sketch. And as Will had mentioned right before we went live on one of the posts, he really hopes that all these daily sketches of the Sesame Streets get made into prints of some kind. So I think we can all second and third that.
Yes.
And then we were talking about our Skottie, the bracket challenge that we had. And of course, now that Will's on here, we can mention this one more time. My condolences. It was a close matchup, probably closer than what I thought it was going to be with Transformers, but Transformers is a former cover of the year. So it's hard to beat that one. And then we were talking about Dre beating Skottie. This is the most votes that we yeah, shaking my head. I hear you, Will. This is the most votes that we've had in a competition too. So it was really close. 93 total people voted. Dre and all of his friends voted, and I'm sure Skottie and all of his friends voted. And Skottie voted in this one. So this was Dre. You're one of the only people to say that Skottie voted against you in this competition. So congratulations on this defeat. That cover is well loved. So well done. Well done. And now what was the next slide? What was the next slide?
I know, yeah. Who could possibly
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
it. That's it.
I mean, there was so much trash talked about.
Yeah, I knew there was somebody who won.
Yeah, did Megan
win? But it wasn't Seth. Yeah, it wasn't Seth, right?
Megan.
Seth. Oh,
Megan.
well, speaking of, and they shall appear. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been waiting for this moment for 1 year, well, actually for 371 days now. This has been the moment that Megan has been waiting for. Megan Hodges. Yes, Seth, my condolences. My condolences. This was
y'all leave Seth alone.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I think Tyler had made this a while back when Megan came on.
It's true, yeah. I mean, I think it was preordained with the perfect picture that encompasses, this matchup with Megan holding all the trophies and, all I do is win. There's a reason why Skottie drew this back in 2019, and that's clearly the case to continuing, to be that case here. So I really appreciate it. I will say your Simpsons, stop. He's already beat, he's no more.
Yeah. That was like within 2 hours of the competition going live. And I felt really bad for Seth, and I gave him an extra 105 minutes, and it actually got worse. I closed it out. And after I closed it out, what was the final count there? Can you see that, Tyler? You got your glasses.
51-23.
Yeah, after I checked it again, the score was 56-23. So it got worse. It got so much worse. And I thought, thank goodness I didn't let it go another day, or else he might have, he may have not have been allowed to be in the competition next year. So this was absolutely dreadful.
I will say I do take it personally because it did cut 105 minutes into my bracket voting. So I need payment in some form, Seth. I'll come for that at some point. Revenge is sweet.
I think you're gonna be okay. I think Seth is being relegated down to the minor league. He's gonna be in the NIT tournament next year.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that whatever order Seth gets from Stupid Fresh Mess in the future, there's like a note from Megan in there, like how does that victory tastes really good or something, just a diss note.
This will not be yours, Seth. This will not be yours.
The GOAT.
But if you have like $10, you can order it online, so you can still get you one if you feel really bad about it. So, all right, congratulations, Megan. That was a well-deserved victory.
It's a great cover. I'm biased. It's a great cover. So,
yeah. So, Seth, this should keep Seth quiet for another 365 days or so. So, congratulations, Megan.
Like 365 seconds, and then at most. So,
yeah. Absolutely, because we'll mention something later on. I'll bring Seth up. How do you vote? That's a great question, Dave. If you go to the Skottie Young Appreciation Group on Facebook, and I think you have to be a member to vote, but if you check the featured post, I always have whatever the current matchup is and the time it ends and the date it ends, and that you just click a vote. You can only vote for one, and there's always two covers going up against each other, and we'll kind of skip over Seth's beatdown. Right now, we have our round one matchup number 6. Tyler's pick, Spider-Punk number 1, is going up against Bacon's pick of Avengers Twilight. And, Megan, it looks like you're going to be playing Tyler the next round. Bacon, Bacon's my boy, but he's getting beat pretty badly right now. And Tyler, you had to beat Twilight in order to play the next round. So
I know. There's not enough love for Twilight, unfortunately, in this Skottie group to overcome the Spider-Punk. So
no. And where we talked about, Dre had his pick, taken by Skottie. Tyler had his pick taken by Megan. So He's going to go up. His second pick is going to go up against his first pick. So it'll be a fun matchup.
It's gonna lose. I'm already conceding defeat to Megan, which is totally fine. Again, as we saw, all she does is win, and I want that Iron Man to win. I love the Spider Punk too. It's such a tough. It gets so tough. It's even these first round matchups have been difficult. So it's only going to get more tough as they go on. I really am curious to see what the winner is in the end. So.
Oh, and after this week, because your matchup ends tomorrow night at 7. The matchup for round 1, number 7 there between Daniel and Nikki ends on Saturday. And then next Monday, the final matchup of round 1 ends, and then we'll be in the lead 8. We'll start our next round after that. So
there we go.
We've only got we got about a week left in order to finish this up. So really looking forward. Yeah, Will, that's a great Mind the Gap. First time it's ever been in this competition in 5 years, so I'm curious to see how it does. This is going to be a tough
one, yeah.
This is going to be a really tough one because you've got Iron Man, which has advanced whenever Megan beat down Seth, and then you've got Spider Punk fixing to go there. So you're going to have Spider Punk versus the victorious Iron Man from that brutal massacre.
Yeah,
and then you're going to have the winner of these 4. And these are really tough.
Any of which would have also beat down that pick from Seth, but
yeah. And not saying that's a bad cover. It's just not as good as these other covers.
It's not the cover. It's not the cover we have an issue.
I better take it down a notch.
We better digress.
Easy there, little boy. Which Skottie group? I apologize for that. Our shenanigans have went out of control. But I am typing.
Say, if you're not grabbing it, let me grab it. Yeah, whichever one is easier.
I can't spell. Skottie Young.
I will say again, it baffles me that we don't have a post to pin. It would make it so much easier with those, because I honestly didn't know about the featured either until I don't remember where you pointed it out, and I was like, oh, featured. I was like, man, that makes it so much easier to see those picks. So
all right, I just realized Superstar Megan is still going on the.
I know, yeah, that's totally fine. It's if anybody deserves it, it's Megan. So
well, as we do that, I'm going to put the name of the group up just in case anybody else joins, so they can see. I hope I got everything right. Yeah, it's on Facebook. If you go to Facebook groups, it's the Skottie Young Appreciation Group. We're approaching 9,000 members in the group. So it's a great group of people, zero negativity or else they get banned. It's really fun. And a lot of the guys that are hanging out in here, this is not a show. This is not a podcast. This is not something, that's for entertainment. This is just a hangout for me and Tyler and all of our friends.
Well, it's entertaining for us. Yeah. Whether it is for other people is besides because I will go back one though. I just quickly wanted to get this flashing down across the bottom of the screen there.
Okay. Yes. Please do.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So I think that was, I think everybody got that message. So I'm going to continue on.
Yeah. So zero negativity, except it doesn't count against Seth because it's good. But real quick, I want to make sure, I'm glad you finally joined us for the show. I'm really excited to see any new viewers that we've got, including Dave that has joined us, and now Nao. Okay, how do you say that name? I don't want to massacre your name, dude, but please forgive me. How do you say that name, Tyler?
Oh, I'm not even going to attempt. I'll allow them to. They say you got it. So they say you nailed it.
Really?
So. Nailed.
Awesome. Either that or they feel really sorry for me. Yeah. So let's.
Yeah, we'll get set to
we'll have to kick you out of the show now. I'm sorry, Dave. We're we're just kidding. It's too late to vote for Seth. There is no hope for Seth unless it's more just morale points. But yeah, Seth's matchup is over with for the year. But he's a good sport. Seth is a good sport. We joke. We're just kidding with Seth. Seth has actually been on the show before. He's a really good dude. So I'm not. We're have a lot of fun with Seth. We enjoy him. So
exactly.
Or you can call me Nas. I like that. I was Nas before Nas had his first album back in the 90s. I like it. So you're Nas. All right. That's really good. Oh, just kidding. Okay. I was like, man, he's older than me. We've got some age in here. I like that. Don't have a bunch of youngins here. Awesome.
So and while you're doing that, I'm just gonna get to the next slide.
Yeah, we'd kind of got frozen there on that one. So, you got anything new this week?
I do. Yes, I've got one new addition. I should believe you already have, but I got my Spider-Man in my Gentle Giant statue. So
let me blow you up so everybody can see that. And that one deserves a solo layout.
It's very cool, and yes, and again, it's so interesting to me the new additions, how they all generally have now the magnetic bases that they're doing, which feel a little bit wobbly, but they hold pretty well again once you put them down. I got a number 821 of 3000 there, so great statue. Yeah, I love him just standing on the little chimney stack there, if you will. So
very cool. And I think I posted this to the group already, but I got in the Defective Comics cover. And one thing I was going to check out, and I hope I don't mess up the covers, but somebody had asked in the group if this is signed on the inside by Jim, and I never checked.
Oh yeah.
I don't see a signature on it unless I'm missing it. So really cool art in there. But I don't want to. This is a really good copy. I considering sending this in to get graded at Skottie's next CGC event. So yeah, so pretty cool. I know several people from the group have been getting those in. So Dre got his 2 copies in. Awesome. And they all came in. They came in a flat envelope type thing, but they were in a bag and boarded, so they were really, really well done. So that's kind of what I wondered, Seth, because I thought if he signed it, that was going to knock it down a grade level. Whenever it got graded, they would consider that a defect. So it made me wonder if he just decided not to sign them at all. But yeah, I was okay with it. I mean, like I said, I really want to get Skottie to sign it and get that one graded, so I'm going to hold on to it. Wow. Okay, nothing new this week. We're getting into that dry period now where there was so much stuff coming out. Remember, gosh, we've been doing this now, as we said, for 25 episodes, and every week it seems like we've had a new Skottie cover come out, whether it be I Hate Fairyland or Ain't No Grave, or one of the big Marvel. I mean, just there's now we haven't been doing it that long. Anyway, we've been doing it for a while now, but this week I checked and there was nothing up there. So, oh well.
And I think we talked about that the Iron Man Donald one.
Yes,
previously,
for new pre-orders popped up, and there is no release date for this one yet. It's summer of 2025 to be determined. But Skottie had shared the art, and probably like most Skottie collectors, whenever I saw this cover, it made me think of his amazing the Spider-Man #1 cover.
Yeah, I like that comparison. Yeah,
but yeah, this one's my new favorite.
Yeah, it's a tough. I'd say this one is definitely this one. The only reason why maybe one of the other ones like the Iron Man Donald would be just because of my love of Iron Man, but yeah, no, this one was a great one. I love all the webs. Again, so many webs, but just Goofy being tied up makes perfect sense. He'd be a terrible Spider-Man, I imagine. So.
Oh, I started to boo Dave. I didn't mean to boo Dave. I saw Seth's comment come up soon. That's awesome, Dave. You had some good books there, especially from that run of Skottie's the Margaret Burrow Ventures. But yeah, I clicked Dave's comments. I wanted to share those and comment on them. Then all of a sudden, Seth had to drop this garbage in there.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you
I'd say it's better than Iron Man, but I love Iron Man. Again, he draws the armor so well, and it's the classic Iron Man armor. So it's tough to compete for me personally, but.
But is he talking? Are you talking about the Donald Duck Iron Man? Is that what he's referring to?
I think so. I could be wrong. Maybe he's talking about the regular Iron Man. But yeah.
But yeah, if for anybody asking which Facebook group it is, the Donald Duck as Iron Man is currently our Facebook profile. So our background pic. So just wanted to let her. I figured I'd drop that in there.
No, yeah, that's good. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, Iron Man Donald. So
okay, he clarified. Yeah. All right, and for anybody, this is such a great deal. And if anybody has not jumped on this yet, I highly recommend doing it. 10 covers for $75, and these are all incentive covers. So you get from 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 of I Hate Fairyland Volume 2. Books are not signed, but they will come exceptionally. Oh, I tried to read and talk at the same time. Exceptionally packed by John at Stupid Fresh Mess, and
Yes.
as Seth had said, with the bomb-proof packing. I'll get there eventually. I've tried to do too many things at once.
Got a Boston type accent coming out there. It sounded like.
Yeah, packing. Yeah,
packing.
You will not be disappointed with these books. Me and Tyler both said, I've got some of these. I don't have all of them, so I want to try to get these. It's hopefully before they sell out, but especially that last cover down there, the one with Brett and Gert, which we had talked about would be so great to get Skottie to sign it and have Brett sign it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I and honestly, I wish that one had come out. Unfortunately, that one came out after MegaCon, or else I would have brought that one to get signed as well. But yeah, no, that's such a great homage to send off for Brett, and yeah, these were all super great. It's honestly such a great deal too. Most of these you'd find for almost about the price of the bundle for one of the individual 1-in-1 25 black and white variants. So yeah. Yeah, these are really such a great deal.
Yeah, it is limited of 3 per customer, I believe, and just the different. I mean, issue 1, issue 16, first Baby Gert, issue 17, a homage to Wizard of Oz. Issue 18 had all those IP characters. Is that right? Did I say it right? IP.
Yeah, the IP. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Issue 19 was a homage to I Hate Fairyland Volume 1, Number 1. And then issue 20 was a farewell to Brett Bean, whose last issue was on the book. So all such a great deal. Run and grab those before they sell out.
Totally. Yep.
All right. Tyler had alerted me about this. Tyler's been a Patreon of Derek for many years, and this was one of the things I believe that just came straight from the newsletter. But
I was gonna say, this is from the newsletter, which I'm also a part of.
You can talk to this one better than I can. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, I got an early look at this being a part of the Patreon that I pay for. I've been backing him for years, and always just love when he posts his art, especially now that we're gonna get I Hate Fairyland stuff. So to see the first inked, physical page, and to also get the information, that those who are interested and purchasing original art, that he will be probably starting to sell original cover art as well as pages on his website closer to the end of the year. But that he is doing them all, inking them all traditionally, so he can, sell those pages and make some extra money. So Seth already tried to claim dibs on this. I already claimed dibs on this. Now again, I claim dibs on nothing, but again, it would be so cool to own excuse me, a Derek Loffman original art piece. I've not done that. He normally, I think we talked about it previously, but he normally only does this stuff with his Kickstarters. He'll do commissions. He normally only takes about 10 commissions, and he generally only does Canadian conventions as well, living up in Canada. So again, not very many chances to get original art. So the fact that he is doing all these and will be selling them later on makes me very excited, and I can't wait to hopefully own one of these pieces. Hopefully, like I said, this one, fingers crossed, but if not, one of the other many that we're hopefully going to get. So
yeah, and we're really, really hoping we get Derek on the show in the future. And I had talked to him about that, and he had said when he gets closer to time for I Hate Fairyland, the next volume or issue 21, whichever they go with, which Skottie wouldn't reveal whenever I asked him a question during his AMA.
Fair enough.
He would come on and chat with us about I Hate Fairyland. So I'm really looking forward to that. He seems I like Derek. I've just started following him and kind of reading a little about him. And I saw a post that he had made right before we went live where someone had asked him if the work he did was AI.
The AI, yeah.
And his response was, "I'd rather chop my hands off," or something.
Yeah.
I thought he's got some spunk. I like.
Yeah, he doesn't mince words. Yeah, I love that about somebody, especially about the whole controversy about AI. So yeah, that was fun to see.
I'm hoping he can come on and join us. That should be a fun show if we can make that happen. So
no, that would be awesome. Yeah, it'd be up there with Brett for sure. So
oh yeah, and Nas had mentioned. I'm throwing that name out there. He's going to get the Cable and Deadpool series, which was the book that Seth had picked to go up against Megan at first, and switched his pick. So those are really good covers. And then it said if both claimed at the same time, you have to decide who gets it via celebrity match. And I think I know what he's referring to, the old MTV claymation.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thankfully, my claim was weeks before. So, but
yeah,
again,
I was a witness to both claims.
It's just a verbal. It's just a verbal. It means nothing. So,
yeah, they have a thumb war or something. All right, coming up next week, Becker has been on the show earlier, dropped in a little bit later when we were talking about the Seth Megan matchup. I saw him pop back in, but Mike Becker will be on the show with us next week and be discussing Planet Comic-Con, which has some really big name artists there. Skottie is one of the top ones there, along with, as I mentioned, Doug Mamke's going to be there, Adam Hughes. My mind's blanking, but several other great artists are going to be there. Kyle Strom's going to be there, Twig fame. So it's a really great lineup, and really looking forward to seeing what Becker has to say about the show next week.
Yeah, I'm not attending this one personally, so yeah, I'm excited to see the picks and hear all about it. So,
and we've also got, if anybody else is planning on going to Planet, please send pictures to either me or Tyler, or post on the group page, the Skottie Young Appreciation Group, which is hovering down there at the bottom, and we'll include them on the show next week and discuss them and enjoy them as a group family. And the other big news, which the different pictures, he's like, oh, I'm very happy to go to Planet. Terrificon. And that's not the case at all. Megan and Skottie have both been very complimentary of Terrificon. And someone had, I believe Matt had even commented on the announcement for Terrificon. And Megan had the best description of Terrificon and said it was like being on a cruise. Gambling, eating, sleeping, hanging out with the Con family, and then doing all that again on a repeat. So I'd love to go to either Planet or Terrificon. They both look like really great shows. So I can see why they'd want to go there.
No, yeah, always fun to check out. Yeah, a new convention, especially ones that they enjoy. So,
all right. Last but not least, you all have roughly, let me do the math here, 4 plus 11, 15 hours left to fill out your bracket. Winner of the bracket from our Skottie Young Appreciation Group Challenge will receive a $25 gift card to the Skottie Shop, courtesy of Skottie Talk with Tyler and Dustin. So I think we have about 30 people that have signed up so far. If you need the link to get to the CBS Sports, please send me a message or just check out the group. I'm going to bump it one more time tonight and tomorrow to give everybody a chance. The more people we have competing, the better. And as you see, last year, this competition was won by none other than Seth. So even though we gave Seth a hard time tonight, he has been a winner for various things here. So he's defending his crown, his championship, and hopefully we get enough people in here to give him a run for his money. So yeah. Woohoo. He's very happy about that. I didn't even notice the comment. I was too busy running my mouth to notice the comment there at the bottom. So so I think he's telling us he is selecting the Florida Gators. Seth is from Florida. Florida has probably the best team in the tournament, so everybody's got to make sure and pick Florida to win the championship. So you can cancel them out. So
there you go.
It's going to be a tough year. There's lots of good teams. It's wide open. I do like Florida, but there's a lot of good teams that'll be able to pull it out this year. So please sign up. Even if you know nothing about college basketball, pick the team that has the 1 more than the team that has the 16, and just do that till you get to the championship, and you'll do fine. It's just for fun. It's free, and you get a chance to win a gift card. So, all right. I feel like this is the time where we live our Groundhog's Day moment every week. But Heroes is getting closer. We're about 3 months away,
It
so
is,
really
yeah.
looking forward to seeing everybody there. But
No, it's going to be a blast. Yeah.
My energy is getting lower, Tyler. You got anything else on Heroes, or are we?
No, I'm the same. Yeah, I'm reaching my limit, but no, it's going to be a blast. I'm super excited. I'm glad they've officially announced it. At least on the podcast our show. Megan did previously, but yeah, I really enjoyed going for my first time last year. Even though I grew up in North Carolina, so I don't know why I didn't ever attend before, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to going back again. I've got family there, so that's always nice to be able to double up and see family as well as go to the convention and see Megan and Skottie and John and all the incredible artists that go there. Again, it's such an art fueled convention, which is so great to see. Again, not that I dislike what MegaCon is. It's always been about Mega being bigger than just comics, but always really cool to, again, that's what's so nice about all these different conventions is they all kind of cater to different groups and areas. So no, I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to hopefully seeing some familiar faces, not just Dustin, Seth and Matt and other people that we know. So yeah, If you want to meet up, hopefully we'll have a meetup at a restaurant or something and get some people from the group together and just chat it up. So
Absolutely. Not that I don't like meeting up with Seth and Tyler. I enjoy that quite thoroughly, but it'll be nice. Variety is the spice of life. So
exactly.
All right. If anybody wants to be on this show that we put together and have fun with, please contact either Tyler or myself. That's Tyler or me, and let us know. My name's Dustin Whitney. That's Tyler Laracy. So look for
like
us
heresy with an L.
That's right. That's the only way to remember it. So
exactly.
But we're looking to make it bigger. So we're all about growing. So all right, Tyler, I think our energy boxes are completely empty. So bring us home.
As we like to end the show here, stay fresh, live messy. We'll see you guys next week. What show we don't necessarily know. I have an idea, maybe Disney related for those like Seth who enjoy that. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's the one we go with. But yeah, look forward to seeing you all back here next week. So.